Welcome in, gang. Happy Monday to you clones. It is A-Bomb and Coast to Coast. Hope you had an amazing Monday. We should have a monster game tonight, and I can tell you this already. The wind is blowing out at Wrigley Field, and so we all know what that means. It could be a launching pad tonight. So it's the Braves and Cubs getting set for baseball battle. Braves coming into tonight's play at 46-32, first place in the NL East, 6.5 games ahead of the Phillies. The Cubs also in first place in the Central, 42-35 is the Cubs record. They are only 1/2 game up on the Milwaukee Brewers. Tonight's starters for the Braves, it's Julio Teheran at 5-5 on the year with a 3.40 earned run average. And it's the Cubs' John Lester, 6-5 with a 4.13 ERA. He has never lost to the Braves his entire career with the Cubbies. So we will be getting this game underway in just a moment. And it's also important to let you know that the news is good on Mike Soroka. X-rays proved negative, and he plans on starting Friday against the Mets. So we are ready for baseball. Good to see some folks hanging out in the dugout. Walking Legend is back. Mexican for Golovkin is back. The Bone Crusher, our superstar Mod, is back. So, game was advertised as an 8:05 start, but it looks like we're going to be about 2 or 3 minutes late. John Lester is taking his warm-up tosses, and he's just finished his final warm-up. Catcher has thrown the ball down to second base, and Ronald Acuna Jr. gets set to step in. Acuna, Dansby, and Freddie Freeman all due up this inning. Donaldson cleanup. Nick Markakis batting 5th. Austin Riley batting 6th. Ozzie in the 7th spot tonight. Tyler Flowers batting 8th. And Julio Teheran pitching and batting in the 9th spot. Oh, is Joe Lester one of these guys that can't throw to first base? Does he have the yips? Yeah, let's see how that works out. So here's the pitch to Acuna. And we're underway at 8:07 Eastern Time on Monday night. Acuna, 286, 18 home runs, and 50 driven in. And he swings and misses. It's 1-1. This is the first of 4 against the Cubbies. Acuna grounds one to third. There's the throw to first. And there's out number 1. 8:05 tomorrow night. Bone Crusher has that one. 8:05 8:05 Wednesday night. And then it's a day game on Thursday. And then it's on to New York to face the Mets starting Friday. Dansby Swanson, 259 on the year, 14 home runs. Okay, right, Legend. I do remember that now. Yeah, I've seen this guy. Yeah, some guy could take a huge lead. Well, sorry, still not throwing over there. And Dansby Swanson takes ball 1. Tonight's game brought to you by TreasureHunt.ga. Click Sports Fans. And Cubbies are, one of the teams across the United States that has a national following. So we expect to see some Cubs fans in here. Let's make sure we treat them with courtesy and respect. And here's the 1-1. It is outside. Yeah, there's a handful of major league players that have the yips, and for whatever reason, they can't do things like, throw to first base. And Dansby grounds to third onto first. There's out number two. We've had catchers that can't throw the ball back to the pitcher. We've had second basemen that can't throw the ball to first base. We've had pitchers that can't throw to first. And it's definitely a mental thing. So 2 outs, and Freddie Freeman is up. Strike one to him. Braves won 4-2 in extra innings yesterday. Thanks for everybody who stayed around for the end of that one. Here's the 0-1. Freddie lifts one high in the air to left field. Is anybody going to catch it? No, it's out of play. Right, Walking Legend. That's actually based on a real player. I can't remember the name of the catcher right now, but there was a catcher back in the 80s or 90s that could not throw the ball back to the pitcher. I hope they run on him a lot more. Since we know he's not able to hold any runners on first, it's really up to they need like a superstar catcher back there to counter that problem. The 1-2 pitch to Freddie. This one's hit high in the air. It's a shallow center, and there's out number 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for John Lester and the Cubbies. So Julio Teheran will be coming out to the mound, and the Braves are coming up right after this. We'll be back to the bottom of the first. Schwarber, Bryant, Rizzo, Baez, Contreras, Hayward, Bodie, Gonzalez, and Lester. That's your lineup here, Tom. And welcome in TTV Sci-Fi number 1. We welcome you into the dugout. And of course, we encourage all first-timers to subscribe. That would be swell. So Julio Teheran, 5-5 on the year, 3.40 ERA, putting together perhaps his best season in several years. Schwarber swings and misses. 231 average, 16 home runs, 35 RBIs for the left fielder. The 0-1 is in the hair. Generous strike. Dang, Legend, you are OG because I wasn't putting out live stream. I didn't even know about like um, live streaming 6 years ago. But yeah, that channel's been up there for a long time. So appreciate that, brother. And if you're a Reds fan, you should probably go check out Walking Legends channel. He's got a lot of Reds highlights. He's got the game where there were a bunch of bees or something. I can't remember what that was. Some kind of insect invasion of the Great American Ballpark. Was that right? Was it insects or was it birds? I can't remember. And here's the 1-2 pitch coming to Schwarber. And it's 1-2. I'd love to make it to a game up at Great American. It's just a long ways from here. Let's see. I've only been to a handful of ballparks. I've been to all three in Atlanta, right? In my lifetime, there's been a total of 3 stadiums in Atlanta. I've been to all 3 of those. And then outside of that, I've been to the Texas Rangers Stadium for a game, and I've been to the Seattle Mariners, and that's it. I need to get a couple of more of those under the belt. Okay, it was bees. Right, that was crazy, man. It was like, every so often you'll watch a baseball game where either there's a bunch of weird bees or moths that come out, and Schwarber grounds out. And then in San Francisco, there are birds and like hundreds of them that will gather on the field and fly around. That happens kind of, I think, fairly regularly out there. All right, Chris Bryant up, 284 average, 15 home runs, and 39 RBIs. Yeah, I mean, I've watched Great American on TV a bunch of times. Yeah, it looks like a great place. So Bryant takes strike 1. Welcome in, Stover Effect. No, I'm sorry, I'm not showing the game. You may be able to find the game somewhere online, but it's not allowed on YouTube. Yes, Stover. A great way to look at it is we're not TV, but we're somewhere ahead of radio, right? The 0-2 pitch. I mean, you get a scoreboard on your screen the whole time. Yeah, AT&T Park, that's the one in San Francisco, right? Yeah, I'd love to go to that. 1-2 pitch. Hits Bryant. He'll take a base. And he is on first with 1 out. Bryant almost took that one in the head, but he's able to get his shoulder up just in the last second and prevent the hit to the noggin. And here comes batting third, Anthony Rizzo. And that's way high. And you mentioned something, Legend. I don't know if I've seen Major League 2. I need to I do need to watch that. I mean, the first one is great. So the shift is on for Rizzo. It's 3-0 to Rizzo. All right, appreciate that, Stover. Yeah, we have a good discussion about the game down in the dugout. We've got the scoreboard. The worst that'll happen is that you'll have the latest information on the game. You just won't be able to watch it on TV. All right, thanks so much, Stover. We appreciate likes. So, are you a Braves fan or a Cubs fan or just a baseball fan? Here's the 3-1. And that's ball four. All right, so runners on first and second with just one out. Are the Braves even playing the Reds anymore this year? Seems like we've played them once at least. And so Baez is up. Here's the pitch. Damn, that one almost got him. All right, Braves, Reds in August. I went to a Reds game, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. It was when Brandon Walker was the second baseman for the Reds. Is that his name? Brandon Phillips? Um, and then he was a Brave like a year or two after that. But I got a really good picture of him, man, of Brandon Phillips when he was still a Red. Braves and Cubs tomorrow night at 8:05, and we understand the Bone Crusher will have that game on his channel. The 1-1 pitch is outside. So Tehran, he was cruising, man. He had like 3 or 4 really good starts in a row. And then, as I recall, in his last start, he kind of started showing some of his bad tendencies again. And let's hope he gets back to the good Tehran tonight. Bouncer to third. That one's fair. Steps on the bag at third and throws on to first for the double play. Inning ending 5-3. Twin killing. The 3 part was unassisted because he stepped on the bag. So Braves get out of that little jam, and it's nothing doing for the Cubbies in the bottom of the first. Let's head to the second inning and score some runs. It's Braves nothing, Cubs nothing. You're watching Coast to Coast. The red-hot Josh Donaldson leading off the top of the second. And he looks at strike one. All right, here's the 0-1. It is a little bit low. Gibby in. Good to see Sergeant Gibby. Has it been raining enough for you today, man? When I left work at 7 o'clock, I did not have my umbrella, and I paid for that. It's now 1-2 to Donaldson. We'll get you caught up with the Jim Rome opening segment. We'll get that out to you a little bit later. One-two pitch is just a little bit low. Markakis and Riley due up this inning. Yeah, it sure as hell was, Gibby. I mean, it was major downpour right about 7 o'clock. Mets have fined their pitcher today. I'm sorry, I thought it said they fired the pitcher, fired the manager for a second. Never mind, that's not newsworthy. A fine. We won't even talk about that. All right, so Donaldson is down on strikes. All right, thanks, Gibby. Yeah, we'll check that Philly Mets score a little bit later on. It's tied right now. Philly still in second place, but they're about to lose that if they can't get it together. Markakis takes the ball. He's batting .276, 6 home runs and 42 RBIs. It's ball 2. Markakis grounds it over to short. There's the throw. There's 2 outs. And I believe it's Riley time. And indeed it is. Riley batting .280, 12 home runs and 34 RBIs. And there's a foul. And yeah, Walking Legend, I expect the Phillies to get it together at some point during the season. I keep, thinking, well, they're about to rattle off a 5-game winning streak, but right now they're on like a 7-game loser, so we're happy about that. Yeah, it's a big surprise that they're not doing very well. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Riley. It's swung and a miss. Another strikeout for him. So nothing doing for the Braves in the 2nd inning. Let's head to the bottom of the 2nd on a Monday night from the Windy City. It's A-Bomb with you coast to coast. We'll be right back for the bottom half of the 2nd. Don't move. Here we go, bottom of the 2nd. Contreras is leading things off. Oh yeah, Freddie's having a monster year. It's a real pleasure to watch him blossom into this amazing superstar. The 0-1 pitch is outside. And yeah, you got to figure the Phillies are going to go on some kind of roll at some point. I mean, they're too talented not to, right? Yeah, I put in my votes for Freddie. Yeah, I maxed out votes as well. 1-1 pitch is called. Strike two. Looks like the umpire has a generous strike zone. So the 1-2 pitch to Contreras. He steps out of the box. Appreciate all of our new folks joining in tonight. And this one's hit back, 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 and it is into the basket. Damn it. Solo home run. Opposite field. I won't call it a blast because it barely got out of here. In fact, he needed that basket for the home run, but damn it, he got it. Uh-oh. What's going on here? There's some John with the umpire. Uh-oh, we've got a situation. A situation meaning the benches are clearing, no punches are being thrown. But we've got some extracurricular activities. And I really don't know what it was all about. I think maybe Tyler Flowers might have been talking some junk with Contreras during the at-bat. And so when he came around and circled the bases, he had a few choice words for either the umpire or Tyler Flowers or both. Uh, okay, so he hits the home run. He turns around and has some words for Tyler Flowers and or the umpire. And then he turns around to the Braves dugout and has some more words. And then when he got back around to home plate, things kind of went south. Looks like we're settled back down and should have baseball. And I guess we've got the old warning issued to both pitchers and so forth. Okay, yeah, I think, man, I don't know. That was whack. Yes, Stover, I explained it as best as possible. It's kind of hard to figure out who he was jawing at. It looked like he was giving some business to not only the umpire but also Tyler Flowers at the same time. And it ended up, when it's all said and done, it was just a bunch of trash talking. No punches were exchanged. And so with all that, it's 1-0 Cubs. That was a leadoff home run in the bottom of the second. So Jason Hayward is in, batting .264. And he takes a strike. Basically, it was Contreras being a jackass is the way that I'm going to interpret that. The 1-1 pitch is outside. We don't know what was said, Gibby. There was no, unfortunately, there was no mic that picked up the exchange. And if there was, they wouldn't be able to play it on the TV anyway. All right, so a 2-1 pitch to Hayward. He pops one up. Out of play. So last time the Braves got together with the Cubs, it was a 3-game sweep in Atlanta. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Hayward hits it the other way and deep. And, oh, it's stuck in the ivy now. And so it's going to be the old ivy. The ball was obscured by the ivy double. And you do see that occasionally in Wrigley. So it just kind of fell into the ivy, and we don't know where it ended up. Yeah, let's hope we don't hear the Cubs win song tonight. I don't want to hear that that awful song. All right, so runner on second, nobody out. I'm not sure why Riley didn't make an attempt to catch that ball. Looks like he could have done that. But as we've said before, left field is not his natural position. Oh, the Cubs song? Yeah, just Google Go Cubs Go on YouTube and you'll hear it. It's a song they play in Wrigley Field every time the Cubs win a game. One pitch is low. So Bodie is the man batting right now. He's up there with a 2-1 count. Nobody out. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Let's get him out right here. Come on now. Outside. Yeah, even I know most of the lyrics to that song just because. And I don't get WGN Sports anymore, but, up until fairly recently, and here's the 3-1 pitch. It's inside. There's a walk. Runners on first and second with nobody out. But, everybody used to get the Superstation WGN, and so I used to watch Cubs games all the time. And I got to know that stupid song. And so the 8th place man is up. Gonzalez, there's nobody on. Check that. There's nobody out and 2 runners on. Here it is. Low. Ball 1. Oh yeah, Harry, man. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of Cubs games back in the 80s and 90s. And there's a strike finally. It's 1-1 to Gonzalez. Oh yeah. Oh, there's a drive. Yeah, and it ends up just being a harmless pop up in the shallow center field. And there's a drive. Here's the 1-1. It's low. And as Braves fans, we all were big fans of Skip Carey. He is deceased now. That's Harry's son, and then Harry's grandson has been the Braves announcer forever, Chip Carey. And he's calling tonight's game, as a matter of fact. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Gonzalez. Said we've got a timeout. Oh, yeah, I miss Skip Carey, too. He was great. Two-one pitch, ground ball over to second for 1, on to first, 2, double play, 2 outs. And we'll take that, and runner advances to third. So Hayward made it over to third base, but with 2 outs. So that's 2 double plays in 2 innings for Tehran. I'm okay with Chip, you know. I mean, yeah, sure, he's all right. And so John Lester up with 2 outs. Runner on third base. He's batting 176. And that's ball 1. Oh, yeah. Angel Hernandez and C.B. Bucknor. Those are the 2 that you hear about all the time. Here's the pitch to Lester. It's fouled away. 1-1. That's exactly right. You should not know the name of the umpire. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Lester. It's hit pretty well into center field, but Acuna's there. He circles around, and that's out number 3. But a leadoff home run for Contreras puts the Cubs up. As we head to the 3rd inning, it is the Cubs 1. It is the Braves nothing. And let's hit up Jim Rome from his opening segment today.
My name is Jim Rome. Great to have you here. Hope you had a good weekend and hope your day and week are off to a good start. Nice to have you here. Program brought to you by Quicken Loans. Rocket Mortgage is with you every step of the way to provide a seamless mortgage experience. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. All right, full show for you today. I've got an interview coming up next segment. Chris Haynes, an NBA insider for Yahoo Sports, is joining us then. I've got 2 interviews in hour number 3. So the middle of the program is open for you. 1-800-636-8686. Start dialing. Whatever you want to hit on is fine. I know a lot of you want to talk about Smack Off 25. You know the nature of that thing, right? We build it up for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. We finally get it. We do it. We announce the winner. We interview the winner. And then we go away for the weekend. And then the conversation continues on social. But I'm back here right now, so if you want to recap that, you want to talk about that, I'm here for it. 1-800-636-8686. Follow me on Twitter at Jim Rome. Email me at RomeRome@Habitate.com. I've got Chris Haynes coming up next segment. Top of hour number 3, former MLB great Jim Thome. Also in hour number 3. In fact, we'll do these interviews back-to-back. Giants catcher Stephen Vogt. So Chris Haynes, next segment, second hour's wide open. Jim Thome and Stephen Vogt coming up in hour number 3. Podcast tomorrow. Bob Costas is my guest there. Monday is an ATP day. All right, you have your telephone number. You know where to find me. Let me start with this. June 21st is the summer solstice. And you know what that means, right? Yes, it's the longest day of the year, but it's also time for NBA free agency billboards. Arguably the best time of the year. And there are already 2 of those in SoCal. And, of course, they're aimed at Kawhi Leonard. According to Andrew Greif of the LA Times, there's a King of the North, King of SoCal billboard. And there is a California license plate with Kawhi on it. So I'm not sure you've seen these yet. If you haven't, you're not missing anything. Let's be real. They're not the most creative billboards I've ever seen. In fact, it might be the least creative billboards I've ever seen. Trust me, Kawhi is not looking up from his booze and his dessert to check out those boards. Fact. Then, according to my guest, who's coming up next segment, Chris Haynes, he is planning to opt out.
All right, so Ozzy Albies leading off the top of the 3rd, batting 7th tonight. It's 1-1 to Ozzy. Tyler Flowers due up next, and then Tehran batting 3rd. All right, lots of work being done in the dugout. We appreciate that. Here is the 2-1 pitch to Ozzy. Hit towards 3rd, another opportunity for the 3rd baseman. He's a busy man tonight. There's another assist from him, and that's out number 1. In the top of the 3rd, Tyler Flowers steps in. And did I see this right? I think they showed a replay that, it's a replay of the Cubs the last time they were in Atlanta earlier this year, and I think there was a big fight that broke out then. So this might be a carryover from that. There's a lot of carryover in baseball, just in general. Sergeant Gibby, yes, let's get us to 100K. 1-1 now to Flowers. Here is the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. And yeah, if you are watching on cable TV, there's a very minimal delay. I would say no more than about 4 seconds. So you can always pause that DVR for a couple seconds, then we'll be right on point. Tyler Flowers batting .272. Had a big home run against the whoever we were playing, the Nationals. That was it. Yeah, he had a big home run there. It's 2-2 to Tyler. Two-two pitch in there. Called strike 3. 3rd strikeout for Lester. And here comes Tehran. And if he's retired, it means Lester retired the entire lineup. In other words, what I'm saying is that the man has a perfect game early into this one. Julio Tehran, 138 average, 0 home runs, 2 ribbies. It's 1-1 to Julio. One pitch is called strike 2. Yeah, we appreciate you hanging around the Stover effect. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Low. Here's the 2-2. Popped up. Who wants it? Center fielder has it. And that's Jason Hayward. Squeezing it for out number 3. So John Lester does indeed retire the first 9 Braves he faces. He is perfect through 3 innings. We now go to the bottom of the 3rd. It is 1-0 Cubbies. Let's take a quick break. Be right back for the bottom of the 3rd inning. You're watching Coast to Coast. I am A-Bomb. We're back, and we're excited to announce that the Bone Crusher is not only our moderator, but he has also been promoted to Senior Vice President North American Sales for Coast to Coast. So any sponsorship questions you have, make sure to hit up the Bone Crusher. All right, so it's Schwarber leading off. Bottom of the 3rd, it's 0-1 on him. The shift is on. Donaldson, the only player on the left side of the infield, and he's playing in the shortstop spot. 16 home runs and 35 RBIs for Schwarber. The 1-1, fouled away. And the 1-2 pitch to Schwarber. And that's called strike 3. Out number 1. He's retired. It is 9 o'clock in Metro Atlanta. Thanks for joining Coast to Coast on a Monday night. We are glad to have you on board. It is the Cubs 1, the Braves nothing. That one run came on a Contreras solo bomb. And at the top of the hour, we always like to say, thumbs up for your boy. And here's Chris Bryant. And the first pitch is in there, strike 1. The 0-1 pitch to Bryant. Fouled away. It's 0-2. Braves have the top of the order coming up in the top of the 4th inning. And welcome in Adrian Young. Well, it's all right. Better late than never. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Bryant. It's outside. It's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's outside. It's 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This one is hit in the air. Is it going to go foul? Yes, it will. Well, Stover, it just so happens that Dallas Keuchel started the game on Friday night. He did not have a particularly good night. We'll get you back to the opening segment of the Jim Rome Show as soon as we are out of this inning. And the 2-2 pitch to Bryant. Here it is. Pop foul. Rizzo is on deck for the Cubs, then Baez after that. 2-2 pitch is low. Hey, well, Stover, if that's the case, then you can pause me for just this quick sec. And Dansby throws out the runner. There's out number 2. Chris Bryant retired on a ground out. Yes, Stover, you can just pause me for like a couple seconds and then resume it. Works just like a DVR on YouTube. Here's Rizzo. He walked earlier. Okay, 0-1 pitch to Rizzo, who walked his last time. Popped him up. Will it stay in play? It won't. Or in fact it did, but it was right up against the net, and Flowers could not corral that. Flowers, if he had caught that, it would have been good, but it was just right up against the screen and that brick wall at the backstop. So, a swing on the house for Rizzo. We'll do the 0-2 pitch one more time. Looks like another foul ball. It's almost the same place, but this one does, in fact, make the seats. So, another 0-2 pitch to Rizzo. Here we go. Bounced up there. It's 1-2. Same two teams tomorrow night, 8:05 Eastern. Bone Crusher has the game tomorrow night. It appears the wind is still blowing out at Wrigley. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that's strike three swinging. So, Julio Teheran pitching a pretty damn good game himself. And it's time for the Braves to go to work. Let's tie it. Let's grab the lead. Let's hit a bunch of home runs like we've been doing lately and run up the score. So we now head to the fourth inning. And it's Acuna leading off for the Braves when we come back. All right, Acuna, the first base hit of the night for the Braves. That's how the top of the fourth starts. Appreciate the likes and the subs. Let's keep it rolling, man. We're trying to get to 1,000, and once we get to 1,000, I could actually quit my day job, because when you've got 1,000 subs, people can just like instantly hit you up with cash. If you've ever watched the Sports Fury guys, and you know what, I need to like just sit there sometime and watch the whole thing and see how much money they rack up during one of their 3 or 4 hour broadcasts. And so Dansby fouls away the pitch. It's 0-1. 258 average, 14 home runs, and 47 driven in for Dansby. Had a big home run the other night on the road trip in Washington. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Well, if you're ahead, then you need to unpause us and then pause your DVR for like 2 seconds. Jared Nelson checks in. Says the Cubbies are going to win tonight. Well, they are ahead 1-0. Excuse me. We will check the scores around the league coming up shortly. We haven't done that yet. Freddie Freeman waits on deck. Outside, it's 1-2 to Dansby. A 1-2 pitch almost gets away. That's a ball, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 to Dansby with a runner on first. It's fouled away. We'll do it again. Let's take a look at the scores. Brought to you by TreasureHunt.ga. We've got the Yankees up 3-2 over the Blue Jays. In the 6th inning, the Phillies and Mets are in a slugfest. Right now, the Phillies are up 8-6 in the 6th inning. We'll keep an eye on that one. White Sox and Red Sox are tied at 3 in the 6th. Rain delay in Cleveland, where the Royals are up 1-0 there. And then the Diamondbacks, Dodgers, and Giants, Rockies all get underway a little bit later on. 2-2 pitch to Dansby is fouled back. Acuna's running. Here's the pitch. Swung on a missed, strike 3, and the base is stolen successfully. All right. So there's now 1 out, but the runner advanced to second base. And so a chance for Freddie to drive in a run. Freddie with 29 RBIs in the month of June. And here is the pitch. Fouled off. It's 0-1. Click on the info button on the top right of my screen. You'll get quick access to Bone Crusher's channel. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Freddie. It's low. One pitch, just inside. It's 2-1. Two one pitch. It's low. 3-1. Donaldson on deck. Runner on second. It's Acuna. There's one out. And a 3-1 pitch due to Freddie. Swings and misses. That was pitch number 55 from Lester. We're in the bottom. Check that. We're in the top of the fourth. The 3-2. Freddie hits one into left field. And, oh, nice catch. Nice catch. So 2 outs, runner still on second. Man. Nice catch by Schwarber. And if he didn't get that one, it might have been a inside the park home run. All right, Crusher, thanks. Yeah, let's get it up to 125 before we check out. We've still got a few innings to go there. So we're good. All right, and here is the pitch to Donaldson with 2 outs and that runner still on second base. Markakis is on deck, but there are 2 outs. Donaldson batting .262, 15 home runs and 37 RBIs. And here's the pitch to Donaldson. It's the 1-0. It's outside. We'll get you back to the Jim Rome opening segment from earlier today. It's usually his best segment most of the time. 2-0. Popped up. Will it stay in play? It will. And that'll do it for the Braves in the 4th inning. So nothing doing, although a base runner reached, so that's progress. And we now head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Cubs are up 1-0. Let's go back to CBS Sports Radio from earlier today and the Jim Rome Show.
Billboards, arguably the best time of the year. And there are already 2 of those in SoCal. And, of course, they're aimed at Kawhi Leonard. According to Andrew Greif of the LA Times, there's a King of the North, King of SoCal billboard. And there is a California license plate with Kawhi on it. So I'm not sure you've seen these yet. If you haven't, you're not missing anything. Let's be real. They're not the most creative billboards I've ever seen. In fact, they might be the least creative billboards I've ever seen. Trust me, Kawhi is not looking up from his booze and his dessert to check out those boards. Fact. Then, according to my guest, who's coming up next segment, Chris Haynes, he is planning to opt out and become a free agent. Also, pretty procedural. We knew that was going to happen. And since that's going to happen, you know what that really means, right? It means Kawhi is going to be a Clipper. Those Clipper bros will be so fired up. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Especially when somebody recently tweeted out photos of Kawhi allegedly at a Home Depot. Allegedly buying boxes. Allegedly. And immediately, Raptor fans started freaking out. Like, Kawhi is buying boxes? No one buys boxes unless they're moving. He's out of here. He's already bounced. He's jamming us. He must be moving. Quick, get some D-listers together. And a weatherman. And Drake. We have to drop a Please Stay Kawhi track. Stat. Seriously, tracking Home Depot boxes, that is some next level stuff right there. Tracking plane flights is so early 2000s. People are now snapping up pics of guys picking up boxes.
All right, box tracking, yeah. We've reached an all-new low. All right, thank you, Jim Rome, CBS Sports Radio. Here's the pitch to Baez. And it is in there. It's 0-2 on him. Baez, Contreras, and Hayward all due up. And the Cubs 4. The 0-2 pitch is low. So here's the 1-2 pitch to Baez. He's 0 for 1 today. Tehran kicks and fires. And this one's going to fall in. A little duck snort in front of Markakis. Leadoff single. There we go. And so leadoff single. And Contreras, the catcher, is back up. He hit the home run last at bat and caused a little fracas, caused a little bit of bench clearing activity, but there was no fight. It was not a bench clearing brawl. It was just a bench clearing. Chases the runner back to first. He's safe. You found us. This is where we have fun and talk about the Braves, the Falcons, the Hawks, the Atlanta United occasionally, maybe some Georgia Bulldogs occasionally. It's called Coast to Coast, and my name's A-Bomb. Another throwback to first, runner back. Jason Hayward is 1 for 1. He's on deck. Pitch is inside. It's ball 1. Welcome in Peyton Tandy, Reds fan. Sorry to hear about your dog, man. That's rough, brother. That is tough. I lost one of my pets in April, so I get it. And we're a pet-friendly house here at Coast to Coast, so make sure to keep us posted. The 1-0 pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike. Runner in safely. Stolen base. Contreras. No, check that. Contreras is batting. This was Baez. Javier Baez, 5th stolen base on the year. Nobody out. Here is the 1-1 pitch. And it's low. Phillies up 9-6 over the Mets right now. God, it looks like between the Mets and the Phillies, there must have been about 10 home runs hit in that game so far, which is kind of the norm these days. Bunch of solo blasts going out in that game. Here is a 2-1 pitch to Contreras. Timeout called. Hayward's still waiting on deck. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Oh, man, Dansby could not handle it. What the hell? So a run scores. Not sure what happened there. Let's see the replay. It hit off Dansby's glove and trickled into the outfield. And the Cubs are up 2-0. Here's the replay. Hit right to Dansby. He just made a bad play on it. You know, it was a tough play. I mean, that's tough. I don't know if you could charge him with an error on that. You could charge him with an error on that. Will they charge him with an error is another story. And apparently that scored a hit. All right, Peyton, we'll hope you enjoy the game Sunday at the Reds, and I hope the Reds win, brother. So Hayward is batting .267, 10 home runs, 26 RBIs. Fouled away. The 0-1 pitch to Hayward. High. It's 1-1. We've got 20 on board with us. Thanks so much. If it's your first time in, go ahead and crush the subscribe button. If you're a Cubs fan, thanks for being here. It's a Braves house, but we welcome in enemy fans. Here comes pitch 70 for Tehran. Hit to first. Oh, hell of a double play. Unassisted by Freddie Freeman. You don't see that often. An unassisted double play at first, and I think, well, we'll see what happened on the replay. I think he caught it on a line right by the bag, and he did. Okay, so he caught it on a line right by the bag and then dove and tagged the bag with his glove. Nice. Hayward hits into a 3 unassisted double play. Bodie walked his last time up, 7th place batter for the Cubbies, and he's up here with 2 outs and an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. High. The 1-1. This one is golfed right to Riley in medium left field, and that's out number 3. The Cubbies score another run. It's 2-0 Cubs. And let's get this thing going. We know we can overcome a 2-run lead, no problem. So all the excitement returns right after this. You're watching Coast to Coast. To the top of the 5th we go. Markakis, Riley, and Ozzy Albies all due up. And the 5th inning is always brought to you by Waffle House. Scattered, smothered, covered, chunked, topped, diced, peppered, Captain Country. The Waffle House. And here's the pitch to Markakis. Fouled away. It's 2-1. Hey, Math Car. Well, it wasn't exactly a fight. There was a a bench clearing situation. The bench is cleared, but there was no fight. And so Markakis grounds out to first. There's out number 1 in the 5th. It was all about some trash talking. it was Contreras. When he hit a home run, he did some jawing. It turned out he was yelling and talking trash with catcher Tyler Flowers of the Braves. Don't know what triggered all that, but that's what it was. T is in. Welcome in. Riley. That's going to be extra bases as it rolls up against the ivy. He's on second base. And so, Mathcar, how did the Cup race turn out? And is your update up there? I don't think I got an alert that you had a new update, but I can't remember. Okay, so all of you NASCAR fans, go ahead and check out Mathcar's channel. He does an update after each Cup race, each NASCAR Cup race, and it's always a very informative and educational wrap-up. All right, so we've got another base hit. And so runner held up, though. Riley did not attempt to score. It was hit a little bit too hard. And so we got runners on the corners with nobody out. Something is cooking. And so it's Tyler Flowers with his .270 average, 7 home runs, 15 RBIs. Struck out earlier in the game. Tyler fouls it away. It's okay, T. We get busy in life, man. We are here to entertain and inform. And we're here to pick up likes for your boy and subscriptions. The 0-1 pitch. Swings and misses. It's 0-2 on Tyler Flowers. Pitcher spot due up next. Tehran in the on-deck circle right now. And there's strike 3 call. 2 outs. So, any 2-out lightning that's going to happen in this inning is going to be up to Julio Tehran. Thanks for all the hard work in the dugout, Bone Crusher and Mexican. Everybody joining us tonight. And Julio's batting with those runners on the corners. And he takes a ball. Let's see if Julio can help himself right here. It's 2-0. Ronald Acuna would be next. So does Julio need to take all the way here on the 2-0 pitch? I say yes, he does. He doesn't, and he fouls it away. Okay, but that would have been a strike anyway. It's 2-1. Yeah, I have a feeling we're getting a lot of Cubbies fans up in here today, which is good. It helps our exposure out. The 2-1. Julio grounds it over to third. There's the throw into first. Side retired. Good effort by Julio, but it ends up being a ground out. So, nothing doing for the Braves again. John Lester has a shutout as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning in Chicago on a Monday night. Thanks for being here, and Coast to Coast will return after this. Thanks for being here. We'll be right back. Gonzalez, the number 8 man, is leading things off in the bottom of the fifth. It's 2-0 Cubs. And it's strike one. Appreciate everybody with their contributions, comments, concerns in the dugout. It's the show within the show. It's part of our radio on steroids commitment. Here's the 0-1 pitch. You've got part of the show is just me. Part of the show is me giving you the commentary and play-by-play of this game. But then we've got a second show all to its own in the dugout, and that makes us a better show as a whole. So all comments, questions, concerns in the dugout are not only welcome but necessary for the success. And so here's the 2-1 pitch to Gonzalez. It's low. Joe Lester due up next. And that's ball 4. Leadoff walk. The dreaded leadoff walk. The show tonight brought to you by TreasureHunt.ga. We've got a treasure hunt blast down in the dugout. we've got a Chicago Bears hat. Yeah, the Marlins, right. Yeah, the Marlins are pretty much a joke, which is sad because South Florida is such a untapped market. I mean, you'd think they could draw all kinds of folks, but from what I understand, they've done a bad job trying to recruit the Hispanic community to come to the games. It's just not working, whatever the problem is. And the problem is probably because they've won 2 World Series, and after both of those, they got rid of all their best players. That's not going to win any fans for you. So John Lester is up there with a 1-0 count. Here comes pitch number 80 from Julio Teheran. Lester shows bunt, pulls it back, and that's another ball. Nobody out, runner on first, and a 2-0 count on the pitcher. Showing bunt, pulls it back, hits it, and he gets a base hit. Runners are going to be on the corners with nobody out. Base hit for John Lester. And now we're back to the top of the order, and we are in trouble. Faked the bunt, pulled it back, hit the ball, and got the base hit out of it. So back to the top of the order. Schwarber is the leadoff man. He's 0 for 2. 16 homers, 35 RBIs on the year. And that's ball 1. That's pitch number 85 for Teheran. Uh-oh, this one's going in the gap. And it gets lost in the ivy again. I've never seen that twice in one game, but that's exactly what we have. So that's going to be another ground rule double. And it's 3-0 Cubs. So 3-0 Cubs. Runners on second and third with nobody out. Not a bad pitch. It was low in the zone. In fact, it was not even a strike, but he golfed it out into the gap. And fortunately, that was a ground rule double because it got lost in the ivy. If it hadn't been for that, another run would have scored. So Chris Bryant up. Time for some major damage control from Julio. Strike 1. Same 2 teams tomorrow night. It's Max Fried against the Cubs pitcher Adbert Alzolay. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that one. We hope Max Fried can put on a big performance tomorrow. 8:05 Eastern. Bone Crusher has it. And as far as is anybody warming up in the bullpen, I'm not sure. They haven't mentioned it. They haven't showed us a shot of the bullpen. So I'm going to say maybe not. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hit to right. That falls in. At least one run will score. And one run did score. It's 4-0. Runners on the corners and nobody out. Chris Bryant with the 40th RBI on his season. Okay, so the announcers just explained it. I didn't realize this. The Cubs have moved their bullpens from foul territory, and now it's like in the stadium itself. So you can't see the bullpens, and the announcer said they don't know if anybody's warming up or not. You'd think they'd have a remote camera in there. But regardless, runners on first and third, nobody out, and here's Rizzo. And yes, indeed, we now have somebody warming up. Sabatka, fresh up from Gwinnett. He's been up and down a couple of times already this year. The pitch to Rizzo. Base hit. Run scores. 5-0 Cubs. Runners on first and second with nobody out. Somebody stop the bleeding, for crying out loud. And they're tagging Julio. So last couple of starts for Julio have not gone very well. It's unfortunate, and I said it right here on this stream, whatever his last start was, that I'm afraid we're seeing the old Julio again, and it's rearing its ugly head again tonight. So Baez up there. Swings and misses. It's 0-1. Time to get the bullpen going. It is going. Let's hope Schwarber, or check that. Let's hope Sabatka could come in and put out the fire. Oh, 1 pitch is generous strike for Tehran. It's 0-2. Phillies are up 12-6 on the Mets. So if these two scores hold, still not the end of the world. We'll wake up tomorrow with the Braves leading by 5.5 games if that's what happens. Oh, 2 pitch is inside. It's 1-2. Tehran steps off the rubber. We'll do it again. Okay, so the 1-2 pitch outside. 2-2 to Baez. Still nobody out. 3 runs in so far in the 5th inning. Here comes the 2-2. It is. Uh-oh. Down the right field line. Gonna be extra bases. 1 run in. 2 runs in. And check that. It's 6-0. It is 6-0. 1 run scored on that double. For Baez, there's still nobody out. So here comes Brian Snitker, and he is going to make the Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. So Julio Teheran is out. Nobody out. Bottom of the 5th. 6-0 Cubs, and runners on second and third. As soon as we come back, we'll let you know who the we'll let you know who the new Braves pitcher is right after this. Not a good night so far. All right, we're back. Can the bleeding be stopped by Chad Sabaka? Still nobody out in the 5th. Contreras grounds out. First out. But guess what? A run scored. It's 7-0 Cubbies. And there's a runner on third now with 1 out. Welcome back, Walking Legend. Yes, sorry, man. It looks like we're having a hard time taking care of business against the Cubs for you. Sorry, we got 3 more chances at it. And this one's not over yet, right? It's not over yet. If we could somehow get Lester out of there. But if everything goes wrong tonight, we've still got 3 more chances. And it's Hayward. 1 for 2 tonight, and he's got a 1-0 count on him. One 0 is inside. Hayward, 266 and 10 home runs for him. Bounce to Freddie. And he was able to hold the runner at third base. Good play by Freddie. Usually when a ball goes to the first baseman, usually the guy on third will make a break, but ball was hit a little bit too hard. And Freddie was playing in just a little bit. So playing the infield in paid off. And there's 2 out. The Stover effect, making a funny in here. I like that. All right, so Bodie swings and fouls it away. Yeah, Math Car, we do have some folks on board. And thanks, everybody, for all the people who are here now, including anybody new, including the Cubs fans who are lurking. Cubs are up a touchdown right now on Atlanta. A 5 spot here in the 5th so far. And good job, Sabaka came in and put out the fire. But a big inning for Chicago as they put a 5-burger on the board. So we'll head to the 6th inning. It is now, as we said, the Cubs are up by a single touchdown. It is Cubs 7. It is the Braves nothing. We will be right back for the 6th. Ooh. Acuna's up, and he has a 1-1 count on him. Braves trying to cut into the 7-0 Cubs lead. Bad start from Julio Teheran tonight. So it's Acuna, Dansby, and Freddie Freeman due up in the Braves 6th. Acuna, duck snort, base hit to lead off the 6th. And good point by Braves announcer Chip Carey. He just mentioned it's a windy night. Wind is blowing out here at Wrigley, so you know, anything could happen. All right, so Dansby 0 for 2 today. Fouls away the first pitch. We mentioned this earlier in the broadcast. John Lester has never lost to the Braves in a Chicago Cubs uniform. Fouls away the 0-1. It's 0-2 on Dansby. Same two teams tomorrow night, 8:05. We mentioned it earlier. Bone Crusher has that one for you. So hit up his channel. And the 0-2 pitch is low. And you can find his channel either in the dugout or in the info button on the top right. He is the GOAT of moderators and the 1-2 pitch here to Dansby. This one's hit over to shortstop. Oh, he can't get the relay throw over to everybody safe. And what bad camera work there, by the way, for one thing. But the throw to second base was off. It sailed into right field. So everybody's safe. Runners are on second and third with nobody out. Shoulda, coulda, woulda been a double play. But a horrible throw from the shortstop over to the second baseman covering second. All right, well, that's the kind of stuff you need to come back from a 7-0 deficit. So guess who's up? Freddie Freeman. Nobody out. Runners on second and third. Something is cooking. Fouls away the first pitch. It's 0-1. Looks like we've got a call coming into the studio. Let's see who that is. Oh. We're just going to let that one ring for a sec. And Freddie swings and misses. It's 0-2 with runners on second and third. Nobody out. Oh, 0-2 pitch is low. A 1-2 pitch to Freddie Freeman. Fouled it away. Still 1-2. Got to get a couple of these runs in, right? We see Josh Donaldson on deck. Here is the 1-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging. That's his 6th K on the night, and that brings up Donaldson. Okay, Donaldson in. Lester with 85 pitches. Here comes number 86. Strike one. Oh for 2 is Josh. Strikeout and a pop out. Braves only able to manage 4 hits so far tonight. Here's the 0-1. Popped him up. First baseman Rizzo squeezes that out, number 2. John Lester, one batter away from getting out of this inning with nothing doing for the Braves. And this guy's a hell of a pitcher, man. I mean, he's been on point for years. Hate it that we're running into this guy tonight, but tip your cap so far to John Lester. All right, Mayweather is in. Braves down a touchdown. And let's see if Markakis can give us some 2-out lightning. Let's do this. First pitch is a ball. Austin Riley would be next. There are 2 outs, however. Pitch is inside. So a good hitters count here, 2-0. Here's the pitch to Markakis. That one's up the middle, and it makes it through into center field for a hit. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. It's 7-2. And that was pitch number 90 for Lester. So all of a sudden, you know, if we can get a couple more runs here and there, he's starting to get the pitch count up. Couple of RBIs for Markakis. He's been called the handsome terrorist on Twitter and Instagram. And here's Austin Riley with 2 out. Runner on first. And he looks at a ball. The 1-0 pitch to Riley. Called a strike. Yeah, the fat lady was warming up, you know. Maybe she's quieting down, at least for the time being. 1-1 pitch to Riley. That was high, and he fouled it back. It's 1-2. Ozzy Albies would be next. And Riley is gone on strikes again. So that retires the side, but the Braves do push across 2 runs to draw just a little bit closer. They really needed that. There was an error made by Chicago, and the Braves capitalized on it, which somebody down in the dugout mentioned is what good teams have to do to be successful. So we'll take those 2 runs, and we'll be back in the bottom of the 6th. The Cubs will be batting next. Okay, bottom of the sixth. Gonzalez is batting, and Sabaka is still in there. And it's 0-2 to Gonzalez. Yeah, man, the wind was blowing out. I thought we were going to see a bunch of home runs, especially with the roll that we've been on, but we've run into a buzzsaw, and there is a strikeout. Sabaka with his first. So good to see Sabaka coming back up from AAA for at least the second time this year and getting it done so far tonight. Descalso pinch hitting, and he grounds the first pitch to Freddie. Steps on the bag. Out number 2. And so back to the top of the order. Schwarber will step in the box. And let's check the scoreboard. Brought to you by treasurehunt.ga. And here it goes. The Blue Jays and Yankees are in the top of the 8th inning. The Yankees are up 10-7 there. Phillies all over the Mets in the 9th. It's 13-6. It is the White Sox and the Red Sox tied at 5 in the 9th. As Schwarber has an 0-1 count on him. Royals 1, Indians nothing in the 4th inning. Diamondbacks up 4-3 on the Dodgers. How about that, math car? And Schwarber just flies out to end the inning. So great work by Sabatka in these 2 innings that he's pitched so far. So yeah, in the 2nd inning, the Diamondbacks up 4-3 over the Dodgers. We're glad to report that. And then just underway from San Francisco, it's the Rockies and Giants. And that one is scoreless. So we now head to the Braves half of the 6th inning. Check that. We are headed to the top of the 7th inning in Chicago. It is the Cubbies 7. It is the Braves 2. We will be back for more baseball in the top of the 7th. Right after this, Coast to Coast and A-Bomb. Ozzy Albies is leading off the top of the 7th. And Kinsler is the new pitcher for the Cubs. So Lester's night is over. It was a productive one. Yeah, Mathcar, what a score there. Let's hope it holds. So Ozzy drops a single into right field. Leadoff single. Nice, indeed. All right, so let's see what Tyler Flowers can do, batting 8th. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Takes strike 1. The 0-1 pitch to Flowers outside. Thumbs up for your boy. I appreciate the 11 likes and the new subscribers tonight. Always appreciated. Couple of strikeouts tonight for Flowers. Oh, this one is grounded over to short. So the runner on first made it over to second. It was not a double play, but it was an out. So runner on first was able to advance to second. There's one out now, and a pinch hitter is coming up. Let's see who that's going to be. Okay, Matt Joyce, pinch hitter extraordinaire for the Braves this season. And you know what? I just figured out which actor he reminds me of. It took me a while. Richard Gere. And here's the pitch to Joyce, batting .314. And he looks at ball 1. Brandon Kinsler on the mound for Chicago. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from him. And Joyce waves at that. It's 1-1. And Chip Carey reporting that it's a possibility that we might see Craig Kimbrell in a relief role at some point later in this series with the Braves and Cubs. Kimbrell is currently in AAA, getting ready to report to Chicago, much in the same way Dallas Keuchel did recently with the Braves. And so Matt Joyce with a 2-1 count on him. Runner on second base. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. It's 2-2. Acuna waiting on deck. Here's the pitch. Joyce swings and misses. Strike 3. Sit down. Damn. And so that is the first strikeout for Kinsler. And with 2 outs, Acuna steps in the batter's box. All right, Acuna. 2 for 3. 2 singles and a run score. He's got the average back up to 290. Ball 1 to him. Here's the pitch. Oh, bad call. Should have been ball 2, but it was called strike 1. There's 2 outs in the inning. Dansby Swanson is in the on-deck circle. And here's the pitch to Acuna. Way outside. Nice stop by the catcher in the dirt. It's a final in Philly where the Phillies won 13-7 over the Mets. So they're going to pick up a game. If this score holds with the Braves, Diamondbacks and Dodgers, that one's still 4-3 Arizona. It's now 2-2 to Acuna. And it looks like we're going to see Tukey Toussaint come in and pitch the bottom of the 7th. The 2-2 outside. The 3-2 pitch to Acuna. Here it is. Fouled away. Let's do it again. All right, Mayweather. Well, that's a hell of a bet there. No, I don't think Silver. I don't think it's Angel Hernandez back there. I think if it was, the announcers would have made a big deal about it. Because anytime it's him or C.V. Buckner, as we said earlier. And here's the 3-2. Swings and misses. Strike 3. Damn. So nothing doing in the 7th inning for the Braves. Time to stretch them out in Chicago. And we are not going to keep it here for whoever the lame celebrity take me out to the ball game person's going to be. That's a Cubs tradition that we don't want any part of here. So we will step aside for just a moment as we head to the bottom of the 7th. The Braves are down 7-2 to the Cubbies. I am A-Bomb, and Coast to Coast will return after this. Welcome back. Bottom of the seventh, and Tukey Toussaint is on. 2 perfect innings pitched by Chad Sabatka. Great outing for him. And Tukey Toussaint throws ball 1. Welcome in, Gabe Palandro. Yes, this is real. This is real hot talk. And we bring you Braves baseball. During this part of the season, we have Falcons, we have Hawks, we have the occasional Atlanta United, and some other surprises for you. And the 1-0 pitch to Bryant outside. Well, why not keep Sabak in? Because they wanted to get Matt Joyce up there and pinch hit. And that's the only reason. So it's 2-1 now to Chris Bryant. And yes, we do have a Phillies fan in the house. And I will say, when we wake up tomorrow, there's a good chance that the Braves will only be up 5.5 on the Phils. Very good chance of that happening. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Bryant is down on strikes. And by my count, I think Dansby Swanson will be leading off the checked at the top of the 8th inning for the Braves. And Rizzo is 1 for 2, and he looks at strike 1 from Tukey. We welcome all fans, including ones from the Phillies and the Cubs. We are a Braves house. There is no doubting that. But we're civil. And it's 0-2 now to Rizzo. And it was the Phillies all over the Mets tonight. And Gabe, maybe you can break this down for me. Weren't there like about 10 home runs hit in the game tonight? Didn't we see, like, between the Mets and the Phillies, there were a ton of solo home runs? And so 2 out, bottom 7, and it is Baez. Yeah, way to go, man. I mean, that's kind of baseball these days. It's not unusual for your team to maybe hit 7 or 8 home runs in a good game right now. Used to be you might get that once a year from your team. Now it's kind of looking like you might get it once a month from your team. They say the ball is juiced. And here's the 0-1 pitch to Baez. It's in there. It's 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 to Baez. Just a little bit outside. It's 1-2. Contreras on deck. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Baez. This one's hit barehanded by Tukey. All right, well, you don't want to do that too often, but he did, and that is out number 3. And we now go to the 8th inning, and it's Dansby, Freddie, and Donaldson. 2, 3, and 4 all coming up for Atlanta. And that comes your way next right here on Coast to Coast. We will be back. Tony Barnett is the new Cubs pitcher. He's got a 2.39 ERA. Pretty good numbers. And Dansby takes a ball. It's 1-1 to him. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I think that kind of all counts the same, like as far as getting eyeballs on the video. I don't like the idea of a thumbs down for me, but you cannot please all the people all the time. That is a life lesson that A-Bomb has for you tonight. Turn your haters into motivators. Yeah, it's probably one of Goose's boys. You're right. I forgot about that one guy who was so pissed off. Is Goose on tonight? Is Goose doing the game? Anybody know? All right, so the 3-1 is in there. It's now a full count to Dansby in the top of the 8th. On deck is Freddie Freeman. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Dansby. This one's driven into right. Back into the basket. Home run. Right into the old Wrigley basket. That's number 15 for Dansby. It's a solo shot to lead off the 8th. And it is 7-3 Cubbies. Still on top, but only up by 4. All right, then. I mean, that one barely made it. It needed that basket. And what's the deal with that basket in Wrigley anyway? You know, if it works out for the Braves, great. I'll take it. Yeah, Mayweather, the Yankees are on some kind of crazy pace. In fact, I heard it earlier tonight. They have homered in 27 consecutive games, which I believe is either an American League or a Major League record. .390 estimated feet on the Dansby Swanson home run. And the pitch to Freddie is strike 2. It's 1-2 on Freddie. He's 0 for 3. Average down to .313. All right, and this one is popped up into left field. Is it going to fall in? It does! Freddie with a bloop hit. He's on first with nobody out. Welcome Juan Gotti. How did the Nationals do? I think maybe they're not even playing tonight, right? They're off tonight. Are the Nats. So Josh Donaldson steps in with a runner on first. And nobody out. Donaldson batting cleanup. Here's the pitch to him, and it is called strike 1. Markakis on deck. And then Austin Riley due up after him. 2 relievers warming up for Chicago in their bullpen. And the 0-1 to Donaldson taken low. Thanks to the Bone Crusher, working hard in the dugout, keeping everybody in line, cracking some necks. The 1-1 pitch is low. It's 2-1. And he has the game for you. 8:05 Eastern tomorrow night. Same 2 clubs. It is Max Fried going for the Braves. Ball 3 to Donaldson. Here comes the 3-1. Donaldson pops it up into right field. And that's out number 1. All right, so coming up, Markakis. Oh, sorry, Crusher. I wasn't sure. I thought that was. Sorry, I got my signals crossed on that. All right, Juan Gotti still has a. Right. I think Juan Gotti put on his Braves hat for a sec. And he was able to get Markakis to toss him the ball, thinking he was a Braves fan. All right, so we've got a pitching change in the top of the 8th inning. It's 1 out, runner on first base. And we will be right back to let you know who the new pitcher is for Chicago. 7-3, Cubbies up, and we'll be right back. We're back, and yes, I did mention that earlier, Crusher. Crusher has received a major promotion. He is now Senior Vice President North American Sales for Coast to Coast. It's a very cush gig. And here's the pitch to Markakis inside. So anybody with any sponsorship questions, and we appreciate Adrian Young asking yesterday about our rates, which we don't have any set quite yet. But we're expecting this thing to blow up. But in the meantime, we are able to offer a free promotional package. If you need to advertise your product or service, hit up the Bone Crusher, and he will discuss all the details there. All right, the 1-1 pitch to Markakis, taken low. And if you're Senior Vice President North American Sales for any company, you're making bank. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Markakis, bounced over to second. Double play ball, back over to first. And that's the end of the 8th inning. So let's go to the bottom of the 8th, hold them where they are. Contreras leads things off for the Cubbies in the bottom of this inning. So we'll be right back. It is Chicago 7, the Braves 3 on this Monday night. Bottom of the 8th we go. It is Contreras. 2 for 3. He's had a big night tonight. And the Battle of the Sox is over. Mathcar reports that the Red Sox won 6-5 over the White Sox, otherwise known as the Pale Hose. And here's the 1-0 pitch to Contreras. It's in there. Tuki Toussaint still in there, or is it Toussaint? Chip Carey is saying Toussaint, so I'm going to try to go with that. Here's the 1-1 outside. Contreras swings and misses. It's 2-2. Jason Hayward and David Bodie due up in this inning. Two-two to Wilson Contreras. Ozzie has it. Throws over to first. There's out number 1 in the 8th. All right, D-backs. Let's hope they beat the Dodgers. Somebody needs to cool the Dodgers down just a little bit. They've got the best record by far in the National League. Jason Hayward steps in. He's 1 for 3, and the pitch to him is up there at 78 miles an hour for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch to Hayward. He puts a charge into this one, and it's out of here. Jason Hayward, number 11. It's a solo shot, and the Cubs are up 8-3. Not much doubt there from Hayward. Oh, it was a hanging curveball. Hung it in the wrong place. And Hayward says, "See you later." All right, the Stiller effect. Checking in at that nice fat round 125 number. Here's David Bodie, 0 for 2 with a walk, 264 average, and 9 home runs on the year for him. And he takes one way outside, and that's Tukey's problem. He has the plate jump around on him a lot. The 1-1 pitch. Another ball. At this point, Tukey, can you just throw it down the middle of the plate and let him just do what they can do with it? All right, the 2-1. Catches the corner. It's 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Line right to Ozzie. Great play. Falls on his rear end and grabs the line drive for out number 2. Well, Juan Gotti, thanks. I mean, we've been playing so well lately that you're not going to keep us down for long, right? I mean, we've had some seasons in the past where, I was ready to mail it in by this time of the year, but man, this lineup, this 2019 lineup, if we could just get some relief help, I think we'd be very dangerous in the playoffs. Welcome in Joseph. Joseph Megan says, "Go Cubbies." Cubbies doing great tonight. We do have 3 more shots at these guys. It is a 4-game series in Chicago. Here's the 1-1. And that's bounced over to Freddie. He underhands the pitcher to St. Covering, and that's the end of the 8th inning. But another one put on the board by the Cubbies. Let's head to the 9th. Last chance for the Braves. Riley, Ozzie, and Tyler Flowers all due up. Do we have one more crazy comeback in us this time in Chicago? We'll find out next. The 9th inning comes your way right after this timeout. Cishek is the new Cubs pitcher. He's a side armor, and he has strike 1 on Austin Riley. Riley 1 for 3 with a double tonight. Thumbs up for live. And in case you don't know, we like to make fun of other reaction guys occasionally, and one of those guys that deserves a lot of ridicule is John Brooks. The other one is the Goose. We'll get into that discussion at a later stream. Right now it's Riley with a 1-2 count in the top of the 9th against Cishek. And Juan Gotti, yes, we do Hawks also, and I need to get a Hawks logo thing back here. I've got all the other teams represented, and I keep meaning to go get a Hawks decal. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Riley. Fouled away. Ozzie Albies due up next, and then it is Flowers. The 2-2 pitch to Riley. He goes fishing way outside on that one. And he is in the midst of his first kind of real slump. I think it's okay to say that right now. He's swinging at all kinds of garbage. He's got to quit swinging at that outside slider. Hey, I like that, Juan. At least you're all about your local teams. too often these days, and here's Ozzy Albies, and he's got a strike on him. It's 0-1. Too often these days we have people that, oh, my favorite team or favorite teams are the Lakers, the Yankees, and the Cowboys. No, that is not cool. The 0-1 pitch to Ozzy. It's fouled away. It's 0-2. I respect anybody whose favorite teams are their local home teams. Right? That's the way it should be. All right, and Ozzy Albies fouls away the 0-2 pitch. The 0-2 pitch is a little bit high. The 1-2 is outside. And so Ozzy Albies 2 for 3 tonight. The 2-2 pitch. We'll do it again. Still 2-2. Tomorrow's starters, Max Fried for the Braves against the Cubs. And I always have to look at this name really close. And Ozzy Albies goes deep, but he gets it right on the warning track. Hayward in that deep well part of right field catches the ball on the warning track. There are 2 outs. Max Fried for the Braves tomorrow night versus Adbert Alzolay. Am I saying that right? Alzolay. I don't know. It's a tough name. Anyway, it's Max Fried for the Braves. That's all you really need to know about. And let's hope he can continue his good form. First pitch to Tyler Flowers is a strike. Cubs fans in Wrigley Field are on their feet. And it's 0-2, and they are getting ready to sing Go Cubs Go. We will not bring you any of Go Cubs Go on this channel. We're not really too crazy about that song around here. The 0-2 pitch is outside. It's 1-2. Okay. That's right, Math Car up there in North Carolina. There are no local teams. 1-2 pitch is fouled out of play. But Math Car will just put this out there. North Carolina is officially Braves country, just in case you didn't know that. The 1-2 struck him out. And so that'll do it. The Cubbies win in Wrigley Field tonight. Your final score, Chicago 8, Atlanta 3. And so quickly, it is time for the 10th inning show. And that's where we give you all the scores around baseball before we get the hell out of here. And we appreciate everybody for being on board with us tonight. By the way, thanks for all the likes and the subscriptions. Let's run down the scoreboard before we go. And here is exactly how that plays out. And here we go. Scoreboard. It is the 6th inning in Cleveland. Royals 1, Indians 1. The Diamondbacks are still up over the Dodgers in the 5th inning. It is 4-3 there. It is the Rockies 2, the Giants nothing in the 3rd inning. The Yankees beat the Blue Jays 10-8 and hit their 27th consecutive home run in a game, and that ties or breaks the Major League record for the Yankees. The Battle of the Sox. The Red Sox win 6-5 in Boston. And another final. The Phillies 13, the Mets 7. And I believe that's it. Okay, we've got a very limited scoreboard tonight. In fact, the only games underway right now are the Rockies and Giants and that Diamondbacks-Dodgers game. And we hope, for the sake of MathCar 1877, that the Diamondbacks can hold on and win the ball game tonight. So, really appreciate everybody along for the ride tonight. We think Bone Crusher's going to have one for you, but he also has a job interview down in Florida, Fort Myers specifically, so we wish him the best of luck there, and we're not sure exactly when we will see him back. So, thanks Stover Effect, thanks Mexican for Golovkin, Mayweather K7, the Bone Crusher, and many, many more who I have not been able to thank tonight, but we appreciate everybody's contribution. We hope to see you next time, whenever that is. It will either be Wednesday or Friday. That should be the next time that A-Bomb will have the game for you. Coast to Coast will be back soon. So, thanks so much, everybody. Good night now from Gwinnett County, Georgia.